bank levy. Maybe a lien has been filed against you. Don't wait another second. Take action now. Call my team at OMG Tax. Honest and professional, we don't make false promises. If you're serious about handling your tax matter, call OMG Tax now and get the peace of mind you deserve. Call OMG Tax now.
I'm Wolf Blitzer. This is CNN.
Welcome back, everybody. A live look now from Newark, New Jersey. That's where Newark Mayor Cory Booker is expected to announce his candidacy for the U.S. Senate. This, of course, would be for the New Jersey seat vacated by the late Senator Lautenberg. We're going to bring you that when it happens at 11 o'clock this morning. Privacy issues have been front and center in Washington this week, most notably with the revelation that the federal government is tracking millions of phone calls. They say they're not listening, just tracking who you're talking to, where you're calling from, and how long you're on the phone. The government has also reportedly tapped into the servers of 9 major internet companies like Facebook and Google. And here's the president's take.
You can complain about Big Brother and how this is a potential, program run amok. But when you actually look at the details, then I think we've struck the right balance.
And joining us now on that note to discuss this political side of these revelations are CNN contributor Maria Cardona and Amy Holmes, anchor of Real News on The Blaze. Welcome, ladies.
Thanks, Pamela. Good morning. Good morning.
So, Maria, I want to start with you. Are you unsettled by this, or is it just the cost that we all pay for safety from terrorism?
Well, honestly, Pamela, I think like every American, when I found out about it, of course it's unsettling. And I think it sparks the debate that we absolutely need to have. Now, since then, I've learned a lot more through press reports, but also through talking to members of Congress on both sides of this and to the White House. And I think we need to kind of take a step back and really look and listen to what the president said. And let's remember, this is not wiretapping. This is not warrantless wiretapping, which is what President Obama, then Senator Obama, was railing against during the campaign. These are programs that do have oversight by members of Congress who have known about this for the last 7 years. And this is not the government listening to conversations. It's not even tracking the phone calls. It is gathering information so that they can connect the dots, they can look at trends, they can look at patterns that actually have worked to disrupt quite a few plots that would have been deadly. Like Jeremy Bash, former CIA chief of staff, said, this is work that is no less than looking for a needle in a haystack. You have to have the haystack in order to be successful.
All right, Amy, I know you have an opinion on this. Go ahead and chime in.
Well, unfortunately, the haystack seems to be the entire American public, and that's where the objections are coming from. President Obama says that you can complain about Big Brother. Well, those complaints are coming from both sides of the aisle, both ends of the political spectrum. You saw the New York Times editorial saying that the president has lost credibility on this issue. But I think also the president faces another political problem with these revelations. This is the same president who only a few weeks ago gave a speech at National Defense University expressing his exquisite sensitivity to the civil rights of foreign terrorists, wanting to bring them to U.S. soil and give them civilian trial. Meanwhile, he tells us just this week that he has no qualms about this massive surveillance program on Americans' phone calls. Now, I agree, it's not monitoring the content, but yet we have another report about yet a separate NSA surveillance program called PRISM that does actually potentially get into content. And all the while, this is top secret. If this is a benign, no big deal, it's been going on, Bush did it, if that's the case, why is it a secret? I do think we need to have a very public debate and understand a lot more clearly and fully what the surveillance program is all about, because it has huge implications.
But as the president said, you don't want to broadcast to the terrorists what the strategy is in the intelligence community. And he also
well, if
said
it's all your telephone
oversight
calls and all of your emails and your Facebook postings and your YouTube and your Google and your AOL, I mean,
all right, so here's my question on that note.
Wide-ranging.
So, Amy, then how is this different from internet companies mining your data for targeted advertising? How's it different?
Well, there's a huge difference. Internet companies can't throw you in jail. They can't investigate you, arrest you, prosecute you, and take away your liberty. That's the big difference between the private sector using this information for commercial purposes versus the government surveilling you, which apparently, admittedly, is doing in secret.
But again, let's look at the facts. This is not surveillance of any American. This is focused on foreign agents, on foreign nationals who actually have a history of terrorism. And then if those connections do get to somebody who is an American citizen, the national security agents have to go back to the FISA court, talk to the judges, look at what evidence they may have against the foreign agent who's making a connection to an American citizen,
Maria,
and get a warrant to look
Senator,
at that,
Democrat
to take a look
Ron
at
Wyden
that.
From
Now
Oregon
look, now I agree with Amy. I agree with Amy that this is something that we absolutely have to learn more about. We have to debate this from a public policy standpoint. And this is where I think that the president said he welcomes that debate. So the administration is in a position that I think is helpful for the American people. They have to give more information about these programs. The president was right. We can't have 100% security and 100% privacy. We have to find that balance, and the American public has to feel comfortable with that balance. That's why this debate is very important.
The reports say Senate Democrat Ron Wyden says the surveillance is of tens of millions of Americans, and we also know that this administration is looking to investigate the leakers of these stories. So clearly the president does not welcome an open debate. It was in secret.
He does open,
Ladies,
he does
thank you.
open
Obviously, this is a hot-button issue. So many people have an opinion about this. Privacy versus protection.
We need to debate it.
Maria, Cardona, thank you. Amy Holmes, thank you for that lively discussion. The debate, of course, will continue. Meantime, a Navy SEAL living a lie as a man, now out of the service and with a new lease on life. We're going to hear from the warrior princess up next.
Are you growing old?